tireless development experience, designing custom, community-friendly towers with top-tier safety and aesthetics. With over 1,200 properties in their portfolio, you can be sure you are working with the best. Visit elite-towers.com to get started. Adept Technology Consulting is proud to be joining the Drill Team family as the exclusive IT professionals for New York State Fire Department drill teams. Adept delivers computer and technology support to fire departments, EMS agencies, businesses, villages, and libraries throughout the tri-state area. In addition to computer support and knowledge, Adept also provides IP telephone and camera solutions, as well as a variety of technology assistance packages, all with 24-hour support. No IT problem is too little or too large for Adept. For more information or to speak to an IT professional, call 631-67...
Do we have the green light?
Go ahead.
All right. Well, here we are, race fans. Main transit for another New York State Drill 2025. Here at the Duster Runs on Thursday. Trucks just started up a little while ago. Media crew working out some kinks with some positioning, some antenna signals and whatnot. So we are...
Test 1, 2, 3. Yes, we are on. Woo!
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're doing, testing out the equipment and all, just like the teams are testing out their trucks and equipment. So you got the regular crew here, Billy, Rob, and Paul. So they're going to bring it to you live.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we got quite a little crowd here too, Lenny, right? I mean, talk about guys just pulling in or families pulling in, seeing what's going on, and come down and see a little action. Everybody tested out their trucks. North America going to take their spot here in a little Duster Run. But, geez. That's the biggest crowd I've ever seen for a Duster.
Yeah, they got a nice little turnout here. If you got nothing to do, come on down. They're going to be going until 6 o'clock or so, from what I'm told. It's up to the host.
Nice day to be outside here, so that's probably part of it, too. Everybody's enjoying the good weather we've got going here as we get ready to bring you through teams 1 through 38.
Yeah, that really narrows down to about 28, though, right, Rob?
Yeah, when you take the middle post entries out.
You excited me, Rob. I thought we had a couple of surprises today. There was talk about EI. I was talking about EI, but I understand they're going to hold out until Hagerman. So see if we can get some other surprises before Saturday, but I don't anticipate it.
I keep thinking it's Friday.
Feels like it, right?
We got a couple of days to go here before the big show. We have a little bit to talk about as these Dusters go on, or maybe when they're over, give you a little preview of the big show coming on Saturday.
And again, if you're planning on making the trip or you're here, the weather is going to totally cooperate, it looks like. May get as hot as 90 on Saturday, and I think that's going to come into play. What the track's doing here this afternoon is not going to be the same as the middle of the day on Saturday. This track was resurfaced. That's why a lot of these teams are here. Could be a lot of different factors. The water, I understand, was an issue a few weeks ago. Everybody's got new hoses they're playing with and trying to dial those in. A lot of factors. Yeah,
all the equipment was checked today. Equipment looks like it's all ready to go. The water was checked. Had about a 473 probably average. Probably getting the 460s for the drill. Miller Place comes to the line for their Duster. You expect maybe Miller Place to throw a couple points up on the board?
Yeah, Miller Place.
Chance for top 5?
Miller Place had a real rough go of it last.
Yeah, if not, I mean, B-Hose has been their workhorse for them event, but they got to chip in with more races.
All right, Billy's having a little trouble with his mic, so we're going to see maybe if we get him up and running before we get started here.
Yeah, so we're a little more spread out here because they have the room here at Main Transit. But our boy Chris and his team, they're working on everything and getting the kinks out.
As always, great facility, looks great, ready to go for serious racing.
I'm happy out. It's funny, I don't know.
We need to get a little happier. As you would expect, the rinky dinks give half a break.
Yeah, you see the weight transfer on that truck, it's rocking back and forth.
It's throwing them off, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. You do a nice job with that.
We were talking earlier at a establishment about how, man, he dropped some hot, and they got to get off, but they handle it so well.
I'd have to say their style, Hagerman and CI are probably pretty similar in the way they run the contest.
Yeah, very balls to the wall, hardcore.
Yep.
But I think that if you had to put it between all of them, they do it the hardest. North Lindenhurst coming in a whirl.
North Lindenhurst with success here 4 years ago in 2021. State
Kind of reminds me of like drag racing, right? Everybody comes up to the line, they go, next they go, but
I'm sure it works here.
everybody from Long Island trying to work out the kinks. You want to make sure nothing happened to your trucks in transit, and things can happen, as we saw. I believe West Sable was down today a little bit, but that was a trailer issue.
Trailer issue.
But just
Tractor issue.
Tractor issue. It's a long haul.
So, Rob, we got, it looks like a little, maybe a beho shot from Bayshore coming. Then you could tell us maybe quickly a little bit of upstate trials and tribulations that any team can go through. And West Sable playing with it now.
A beho shot. You go. Bayshore trying to behose.
Well,
Duster.
they were up here for the Friday night drill, so they should be somewhat comfortable.
Thought I saw quite a bit of slide there, but
Same
we'll see.
track as the drill they ran on, correct?
Yes, except for they put in a patch.
Okay.
So that's a brand new patch, just went in this week, so that's a little bit different.
Which you'd expect, or
Well, no.
actually mandate, really.
No, it is a not a mandate, but it is a recommendation in the rule book, and there was a debate about it right up until last week.
So here comes Belmore. Jay's been trying to harness the speed of this truck. That looked like a nice drop. He's in control right there. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I tell you, they did a lot of work on that engine. And
They want that drop
Yeah.
on Saturday. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they get the same one.
No, that was just right. It wasn't too slow, it wasn't too fast. It was just right.
I thought they put a new motor in that thing, but they just tuned it up. And they actually, on the way up here, they lost a valve stem on a tire, replaced it, and good thing we're doing a Duster here.
That's
Yeah,
it.
right.
And again, folks, this is really about safety. Getting up here, as the guys talked about, the truck's bouncing around. So this gives you a chance to check them out. All the area mechanics will be around, and they can look at your truck for you. And
Yes.
guys get some rubber on the track.
Yeah, some of these teams driving 8, 9, 10 hours from wherever they are. It's a long, long haul up here, and there you go.
I think the extra rubber on the track will definitely help come Saturday.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a home run, right? Throw
Yeah.
down some rubber. It's not going to rain till after the drill, if anything.
You remember Deerfield? We had the big rainstorm after the Dusters, and
Yeah.
it washed everything right off.
And you got some money, big-time
Yeah.
players up there in the front of that drill.
And there was a big discussion that night, and the chief judge said, we are not doing Dusters.
Yeah.
It's like Miller. Was it? No.
No, that's not Miller Place.
No. Oh, New Hyde Park. How could I not know?
The Federation. I didn't know what to think.
The Federation.
Skeletor hanging on for one last ride.
He's waving to the crowd. He's giving you a thumbs up.
According to his wife, she says this is his last state tournament.
She said that 2 tournaments ago.
I was going to say.
I thought he was gone when he walked off at Deerfield and gave us the wave.
That's it.
Seems like she's in for the long haul. I mean,
So he said, keep an eye on me after buckets. I'll let you know.
Well, obviously that isn't true.
How many times have we seen and heard that? And how many interviews have I done over the last 3 years at the state drill? At Labor Day, where I interviewed somebody who was their last drill, and they were all back the next year.
I can name one.
I can name 3.
I can name 3 of us that interviewed the same guy.
Hey, one of the guys has a guitar in his back now.
Fluke.
I don't have a lot of range on these.
Here we go. Here's South Hempstead with a beho shot. Tommy Marr driving him down. Truck's running nice. Hey, and you know what? South Hempstead.
Skeletor running next year?
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, there we go. There's the Skeletor wife.
She said no way.
South Hempstead, by the way, they're the lucky recipients of the call to go pick up West Sable's trucks, which they're doing right now. Mike Spat's on his way right now.
They should be here any minute, and I don't know the whole story. I was getting on a plane and landing here, but a big shout out to Sal Hempstead stepping up to
I heard some of it.
to help out.
Gary pocket dialed me, and I heard 3 minutes of it.
I say he must have been close to a coronary when that happened.
He was on his 7th towel.
I'm glad it happened within an
That's
hour and a half
Arcadian.
of here and not 7 hours from here.
Here's the Lindenhurst big sexy truck coming down right now. Whammo Palermo driving that thing down. They placed 5th last week in the Actually tied for 4th in the North Belmore invite last week.
So anyone that's ever been up here to this beautiful facility knows that we're very close to the Buffalo Niagara Airport. Just had a plane go right overhead. Paul, what's been the discussion with the rules committee and the teams? How are we handling that?
I think the officials are going to be on the lookout, but just a heads up, I saw West Sable's trucks just pass by the end of the track, so they're here.
All right.
Yeah, I think like in the past with the planes and the interference,
I'll be
I
back.
think it's going to be. Listen, if you take the track, but the officials are going to be on the lookout. I think.
So you might get a little extra time.
There goes CI.
Yeah, one of the big questions is that truck straightened
Does
out?
it stop? Does it
Is
stop?
that truck straightened out or what?
If you can, just start.
I'm not convinced.
Oh,
Right, see what you can get away with.
Okay, yep.
All right, we're gonna keep on trying to figure out which.
gotcha.
Kicking Billy out of the facility already.
No, he's just we're just going to test out the limit of the mic so we can know how
Keep
we go
going.
tomorrow.
Okay, go some more. Okay, go some more.
Go
you hear
so
me
low
now?
you can't hear me.
Can you hear me now?
Go across the street.
It's like West Islip.
It's West Iceland.
These trucks are stopping good right now.
Or Farmingville.
Oh,
I
shoot.
was going to say it's definitely West Iceland. That had a lot more juice.
It's
to it.
Thursday, Paul. It's early.
Jesus, I hope you guys get better than this by Saturday.
I was on the golf course. It was bright, very bright all day. Giving a shout out to South Hempstead for helping West Sable. That's great. They also stopped at my hotel and picked me up on the way here. So that's how great those guys are.
Oh, here's a new
shout
truck on
out
the
to
line.
those guys.
East Farm coming down right now. Maybe the trek up. Check, check.
Tell you what, the truck looks great, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Looks
It does.
awesome.
But you know what they should have done? They should have, before they ran, got in the back of the truck, said, fellas,
Paulie,
This is what we're going to do. We're going to run a duster here.
they all look great when there's no hose in the back and no ladder hanging off the back. They all look great.
I know.
Check.
We're going to stop fully. You're going to get off. We're going to throw the rubber chicken.
All right, here comes the Miller Place extinguishers coming out with the rig.
Are you sure?
Whoa, you keep joking around like that. One of these days, a rubber chicken's actually going to pop a B truck.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
With
Paul,
some of the times we saw this year, they better.
Can you see the hydrant through that fence?
I can see. If I stood up, I can see
Yeah.
it. Well, you want me to get the hit here, Len?
No, I just was wondering if
I'm here.
you guys know anybody we can get this trailer moved up like 6 or 8 feet, but that's just me.
No, I agree. I wish we could.
All right, so I'm at the brake here for the nozzle.
Keep going.
Still sounds pretty good, right? Okay,
No,
moving up.
you're clearer than you were before.
Yeah.
Okay, moving up.
Love to know if you can make
Well,
it.
Paul wasn't talking, so it kind of makes things better. I'll tell you, that truck comes out of the hole. He's got those front tires almost round. It was a nice looking shot. That's why they're running those heavy B-hose shots.
You're still crystal clear. No, that's good.
You got it?
Try and
Yeah,
go past.
perfect.
Try and go past the hydrant, Billy.
All right. West Islip didn't get past the hydrant.
They haven't even gone.
No, back in the day.
No, that was the arch.
No, they got past the hydrant.
The arch.
Well, upside down.
Climb the rails.
I was
Kenny.
standing on a start line ready to go next.
North Belmore break again.
The dinks.
That'll be the last time he hits the brakes this weekend.
Hopefully.
How you doing, Billy? Where you at?
All right, so I'm at the high. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, a little
Just
break up.
starting to lose you. Yep.
No, I
All
think-
right, I'm talking now.
No, you're good.
Nice and easy. I'm not going to yell and scream like Lenny does all the time.
Very good.
All right, here we go.
Perfect.
Sully at the line, give him the red flag. He's waiting for this guy. All right, coming up is the old St. James truck driven by North Merrick right now. I believe this was the maiden run right up here, right, Lenny? This is where the first state tournament?
Might have been the first state tournament.
In 1994.
94, yeah. We go top 5 that year, too.
Yeah,
Pretty exciting.
I christened it that weekend. It was nice.
Haha, that's right. Oops. No names.
No. I spilled beer all over it when you guys got back.
Oh, that's what you meant. Of course.
God, what's the matter with you?
I was asking what was the matter with you.
Where do we start?
Yeah, that's a long list. You ain't got time. It's only a 2-hour show.
Alphabet or 1 to 10?
Do we need further than this? I think this is as far as we're probably going to go, right?
Yeah. Why would you go further?
Just saying. I mean, just I got so at least we're up to here. We're also testing our parameters tonight, people. Here we go.
Billy, that was a big fishtail to you, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Back end of the truck sliding into the
I think
hydrant.
they did that at Hempstead as well, right?
Yeah,
They fished
they-
right into the hydrant.
Yeah, they fished in and at the nozzle too the other day.
I don't know. You're losing a little bit of control if you're counting on a fishtail or working a fishtail.
As long as it's fishing you that way. Into the hydrant.
Yeah, throwing them at him. But you better get that nozzle man down there quick.
You know, when you think back to that tournament, that was my first time upstate. Was '94 that year, and what a difference this whole town has made since then. The amount of development, all the stores, and apartments and stuff added to the area. You know. Here comes Copeg.
Well, it's only 30 years.
I was going to say, Billy, it's called progress. I mean,
I know.
What do you think? These apple knockers just standing around here?
Can't say apple knockers anymore. Come on.
Yeah, you can send that to media@Lenny.
All right, here comes Charlie Fitch driving in the Yellowbird's truck. So getting back to that West Sayville broken down thing. So a few times ago we were up here, and Copeg calls us at 1:30 in the morning on the expressway tonight, Thursday night, and we fire up our trucks at 2 in the morning, and we're in an establishment somewhere around the corner, and we go and pick them up an hour and a half away and bring them back. It was a fun night.
That's the brotherhood.
Think about how many teams they called before they got to you.
At 1:30 in the morning, nobody.
All right, so we're 7 teams deep. Let's try Billy. You know he's at the bar. It's okay. We got to
You know
get
he's
home.
awake.
We got.
Does he have a driver with him?
It was snowing pretty heavy in Buffalo that night. All right. East Farm coming back around for their second duster here. Or they're doing a motor pump duster, it looks like.
I was
Could you
going to say,
imagine?
they come in that slow, it's a problem.
Uh-oh, they get thrown out. They got DQ.
Yeah, they went over the 1 minute rule.
What is going on?
How do you get DQ'd from a duster?
How do you?
I don't understand.
I don't see the red flag.
I guess they wanted to do shots of B-hose, and they only give them one shot here. They figured they're not doing B-ladder. They wanted 2 shots of
Yeah,
B-hose.
they already took 2. Yep.
Oh, what?
So no time for East Farm on the duster.
no time. That was awfully sly.
I can't blame him. What the hell? I want to truck twice. Why not?
You know, we played golf today. Matt Rath put one right on the ladies' tee of the next hole, and the older lady yells up and goes, "Tell him he's got to come down for the walk of shame." So he had to go right on down there in front of everybody. That was kind of
It's
what
not
that
his
was.
first time.
The walk of
This,
shame
this
down the
isn't his
track.
first rodeo.
No,
Did he drop his trowel?
no, but from there he hit about a 90-yard shot 10 feet from the
Yeah,
hole. So
but he
was
knew it
pretty
from
good.
synagogue.
Yeah.
Oh, he was taking numbers for sure.
He was recruiting. Uh-oh. They're in the track.
Getting into the sea trucks now.
Jim Lewis yelling at everybody, get the hell off the track.
They had to go find a couple of cones, the 2 smallest cones they could come up with.
Well, they figured, hey,
You know,
if
I'll
you
tell you
can
that-
see these, you can see anything.
The Coneheads and Saturday Night Live had bigger cones than these things. Oh, my gosh.
And they're not even bright. They're faded.
Those are some old-ass cones.
How many drivers actually look for those anyway?
I think Jim Lewis had these the first time he ran a tournament.
Yeah, he got his money's worth from that first investment in, 1990?
And they're still using it today.
So how about that? The winners here, you guys remember, right? 90 CI, 92. Remember who that was, Paul?
Yeah, right here.
Hey, Kel wants to say hello.
And then what was it? Was
Hey
90?
guys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Kelly Morris saying hello.
Hey, Kelly.
Damn, hi. What's going on?
Is she running?
Want 11 this week?
She running first, 3-man?
Are you running anything this week besides turning on?
No.
No.
Oh, look at her. She's so disappointed. Those Dylan guys better run, right?
He does. He runs better than me.
Okay.
They're more consistent. It's all good. No big deal.
Okay.
Just like you, Bill. She runs in one contest.
She says that her eyes say different. That's why she's wearing her glasses.
Team player.
All right, our first sea truck coming down looks it's going to be Bayshore, I believe, on the line right now. Kelly's sporting her Cortland shirt. I mean, I guess she must went to school up here, or that's a trophy.
That was our first stop today, Cortland, on the way up.
Billy, you suck.
So we see a Redskin
Knock
alumni.
it off.
All
Redskin
right, here we go. Here comes Bayshore down the track.
Kyle Coyne.
So are they done with
driver.
the B trucks? Is that how it works?
I think so. They gave him both
They go
events,
to the
right?
C car.
Yeah, they gave him both events.
That's true.
I want to see the efficiency dusters.
How much rubber we need on a track for those?
Break out your Nikes. Right.
Like they're still checking air pressures.
Yeah, 100%.
That's smart though. Check your stuff.
That's why you're
Well,
here.
I would think you fill them up as much as possible for the ride down, and
So they're going to give the Dutch, obviously, a chance to run their B truck, I'd imagine, right?
I
I
hope
would
so.
hope so.
You think they just jumped in here? They should.
That's a real question. So you guys pump the tires up, put them on the trucks before you bring them upstate, and then you power them down to what you need for today, right?
I won't say everybody does, but I would think
Makes sense.
It's a smart play.
You're crystal clear now.
As soon as I walk to that end of the trailer, mine starts to break up.
Oh, here comes Bayshore.
Had a lot of wrinkle in those.
Who needs more?
Check.
Coming with a lot of confidence after running on that Friday night drill.
As they should be.
Oh, here comes the.
Well, that's why you do something like that, right? You make the trip all the way up here that year you have the state drill. It makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And if you don't take advantage of it, it's not a
Shame-
waste. I'm
shame
sure
on
everybody
you,
still
though.
had a really good time, but
yeah, no doubt.
you want to learn from it and make the most out of it.
And you can justify it by it was a repave since the last state tournament here. So
All right, here's New Hyde Park coming up. They had a drama-filled week. Let's see how the C truck runs today.
There was drama.
do tell.
Yeah, they had a engine issue and they had to scramble around to fix it up. Mike Athena says we got it figured out. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
Did you think about breaking out another one of those 5C trucks?
We actually did. All right, it's working. That's good.
Might have been a little short.
Yeah, I'd say.
That's okay.
Lunging for the patch.
Well, technically, you're not supposed to run the race. That was the.
It all
agreement.
depends on who you talk to.
You're not supposed to.
What are you
You're supposed to
do?
run your truck, but
you
you're not
supposed
supposed
to
to
do?
run and hit the
If you don't hit the
marks.
brakes like you're going to need them hit when you need them, why do it?
I know. I'm just letting you know.
Is that in the rule book?
No,
Don't you want the rubber where it's supposed to be, like on the track? I mean,
no, I'm a fan of that right now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
As the fans, I think, yeah, we want the rubber on the track. I think it'd make for a better drill. But
Definitely.
if I can't test my brakes the way I need to test them for the shot,
I'm not saying
it doesn't do
that's
completely away with the reasoning for
what
the
I was
duster.
saying.
You
I
want to
was-
make sure everything stays together and is in one
Right.
piece from that
That's-
8-hour, 10-hour
right,
ride.
right.
But
Which was the original intention.
Well, I think that became the intention a little while ago. But prior to that, it was just upstate teams run dusters, and the hosts would allow friends to come and play.
that would have been warm. Lindenhurst.
That was like a little double break
drop.
there.
double break at the last minute, too.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
he-
think they've run C ladder, have they?
You don't want a double break there.
No, he was a little heavy at the end. I think he surprised him. He got on it a little too much.
Who we got coming down? It looks like CI coming, maybe?
Yep. Central Islip on the line.
One of your favorites right here. They're going to be running up front tomorrow. Yeah. If you're going to be tuning in on a Saturday, you're going to have to get here early. I mean, you got 3-4 out of the 5 best teams running in the first 7 shots of the day.
Yeah, each race is going to get off to a bang, is what Billy's telling you. So don't go far.
And I thought it's good spread. We got the big start, good middle, and a nice finish to the draw.
We're going to run through all that in a little while.
Oh my gosh!
There is the patented double break.
It's so classic too. I mean, he just hits it right every time.
I know some other drivers have fooled around with it, but nobody's ever done it where they
Yep.
stick with it. But
Nope.
it works so well, and their transition time is so much better than everyone else.
Right. It's almost like he settles them down in the back and then bangs it out on them. It works.
Right.
But like you said, Rob, he's the master at it right
Yeah,
there.
so for
from our view from the side, it even looks different than when we're on the arch, right? You could see how the truck shifts its momentum, and then boom, he lets him go. But you're under control at that point.
He scrubs just a little bit of speed off, and then it almost becomes a B-ladder shot.
100%.
That's exactly right. So again, I was going to say what Rob just said for you new folks. What we're talking about is like a double brake. CI than anybody gives a little extra brake as he gets into it at the cone area, and that scrubs off the speed, like Rob said. Then the speed from there to the arch is incredible, and he pops it just right there.
And just what a nice, it's so smooth. The guys are used to it now, and it just looks so beautiful. Here comes Kopeg. Running the hose duster.
Now, that would have been a long run to get that nozzle on.
Yeah, I don't think he was jumping out of the hole.
Yeah, they would have needed the 475 water for that one.
575.
Back to CI and that double brake, and we've seen it a little bit here and there. That first touch of the brake is the whole run, really. Sometimes that gets it a little squirrely on him, and he's got to readjust after that. But when that's right, look at.
They're so good at it, though. And the guys on the back are just, they're pros at this point. They know what's coming. They know what to expect. They make adjustments on the fly. It's something to watch. And something that's so different than anybody else has done. That's the crazy part. Like, how did that happen? By mistake? Like, he did that one night and like, wait, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that
Let's
again.
try it right. Let's do that. Let's try that.
It makes you wonder.
It's like he
where did it come
patented it.
from?
Nobody else does it.
Yeah. Southampton coming down, running their C truck. Tommy Marr driving that down. They placed in the top 5 last year for the first time in their history.
Yeah, is there going to be a new team in the top 5 never before hit this year? That's one of the things we could talk about. A couple people have a shot, right, Bill?
A couple teams to think. I think Miller Place would be one of those teams we could talk about. They had a rotten drill in Hempstead. It wasn't at CI. It wasn't what they wanted to do, but they come out firing. I heard never better than Scott Letizia twice again after a loss. I heard.
Like Hicksville's chosen for a B ladder shot here.
It's their first shot, so here we go. It's like Bobby Lang driving it in.
That's going to be a tough one to put in the ground.
That's been a problem with them throughout the season. They hit the brakes coming in, and they've stalled 3 times already this year.
Didn't they have the good B hose shot at the hydrant, and he hooked up, and then they couldn't get out of the way? Was that them?
And 3 times this year, they've not come out, and they've stalled it. So, I mean, apparently it's still hurting them.
He would have came up short for sure on that one. They would have been taken. It would have been caught ladder. Pull.
Yeah,
all right, then ready, a couple steps and go down.
They might have dug in the bed, or at least in the running board. Not a good feeling.
Nobody out there at the second. We got maybe Miller Place coming up with their C truck.
Funny you say that. We were just having that conversation off the air over here.
Thoughts?
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm working up here. I might go get my paperwork. And
Hey.
Yeah, you go get it.
If you guys would like, we could start. We start with those photos.
Well,
Paul.
let's what you want to watch a couple more teams here. I mean, how many more
You
people?
call it out. I'm ready to go.
How many more people are going? I mean, 5.
All right, we got looks white truck.
Rob's gonna go get his stuff and bring it back over here, so we're all together.
Okay.
Yeah, I just tried over there, Chris. It's working. So
Okay.
let's try and all be in the same spot if possible.
Who we got online right now? Is this Miller Place?
I believe so.
So we're seeing just about everybody who's going to be racing, but you're not seeing the teams from the Western area, right? That's
Correct. Some of them
persona
might not
non
be.
grata. I
Some
think.
of them might be traveling tomorrow.
I tell you that's you can tell their truck automatically by just the way it revs up and revs down.
It doesn't sound fast, but
The numbers are there though,
yeah, it's not the quickest, but it's getting there.
and we all know the
I don't know.
speed.
You guys notice it didn't look like there was much rear brake there at all. Those rear wheels were still spinning.
Yeah, I don't know if he got on it that hard, but I agree. I tell you what, if you look over there in the center area behind the hydrant, back in the shed over there, you see another sea truck you won't see on Saturday, but is here for the parade, and that's the Dansville Bulldog sea truck, old school.
Any idea on the year on that, Paul?
That sea truck, geez, it's been there for a long time.
It's been sitting for 16 years. That's what
Exactly.
Rick Bennett told me this
Yeah.
morning. We actually stopped in Dansville on the way for breakfast, and Rick took us on a tour through the
Town.
Bulldog clubhouse.
Did you go in the clubhouse?
It was really, really cool.
How
I
cool
gotta
is
tell
that,
you.
right?
Oh my, it was awesome. Like the 75 years they've had it. They have
Are the trucks still in the
all
shed
the
out back?
history. Here comes the Speedwagon. That's what we're gonna see.
Way too much brake.
We're gonna see that on Saturday, right there. That's
Did you see that thing coming down the track from left to right? He was doing everything he could to hang on to that.
that's smash against the arch and climb as fast as you can, like we saw at the
That's right.
at the invite.
It's called the smash and grab.
That was a practice run. That was not a duster run.
No, that was the
was.
run.
This is what we're going to try to do on Saturday.
But it's not
Will
like
it work?
He's not scaring the guys on the back.
No. But will it work? Like,
All their doctors at home had let out a big smile when they saw it.
Yeah, so Paul, we went to the actual the company clubhouse.
Yes,
not,
yes.
Not where the trucks were.
Yes. No, the trucks used to be out back, I believe. In the
Yeah.
But no, that clubhouse is awesome, right?
Oh, it was so. We were having breakfast. Rick stopped and said hello, and he said, "Hey, look out the back of the diner," and there it was. So he took us over, took us on a tour, brought us in. It was really, really cool, and one of the teams you miss out there. And like looking at some of the pictures and stuff, I was there for a couple of those, but they go back quite a ways. And
Oh, yeah.
the baseball pictures go back to like the 40s and the 30s. It was pretty wild, wearing the wool uniforms and all that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
it's cool stuff.
Yeah.
do they call it the doghouse?
No, it's a
The clubhouse? No, I would think bulldogs.
Oh, wow. I never
thought it was
about
easy.
that.
And that beat truck is classic. That's going to be here for the parade on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
Board of Governors getting a treat riding on both of those.
Yeah, nice job by Joe Boy and I guess whoever else he's working with to try and get some of our old vehicles in here. And Paulie's going to get to ride on one of them. Lucky
He's
Paul.
trying to drum up some interest, so teams come back and see what's been out there and try to get them going
Yeah,
again.
He said he's going to have a handful here. It's a tough place, but trying to get it rolling this year. And then next year on the island, hopefully we've really got the word out there and we get a whole bunch of them.
Right.
Hey, do you want to walk down the other side of the track, Paul? Chris?
Why would you do that?
Just
Wait, what? What happened?
Do you want me to try this side of the track and walk down and see how far we go?
I don't.
Billy's getting in his steps.
Tough time making the nozzle on that one.
See West Sable making a turn right now with their B truck.
Tell you, he's farm right there. That thing ran pretty good.
Trucks run.
Like I said before, Billy, they all look good now.
Yeah, but give him that shot on game day.
Yeah, I mean, the
Let's see what
Jets and
happens.
Giants look like they're going to the Super Bowl, but I don't think that's happening either.
Nah. Joe Namath still breathes, so we know the answer to that question.
That's the Jets, but anyway.
All right, here goes West Sable off their
Breakdown.
off their breakdown on the expressway, on the throughway. I'm sorry.
Yeah. One of the bigger breakdowns they've had.
Oh man.
And for anyone wondering, Gary's fine. We were joking around before, but he's resting comfortably. Nothing happened.
He didn't look good. He was
All a
all hunched
joke.
over walking in.
All a joke. He's okay.
Well, obviously that truck wasn't broken down.
Oh no. Just talking to Spats over there, he had a fun ride going back with the deadhead trailer. It was just the
tractor.
just the horse. He was trying to get back there as fast as he could, and it was all over the place. He was trying to go in 70. He had to bring it down to 50 miles an hour just to make sure he got there in one piece.
Hey, can we have another trailer? Another tractor? We got to get South Hempstead out of the ditch so we can get West Sable.
Oh wow. Who we got coming up right now?
It's like Lindenhurst.
Yeah, looks like it, I guess.
So
Some
who
black
we
jerseys.
missing? Who were the big ones? West Hempstead's
Oh,
not
hey, we
here.
have a big screen going. Nice.
Great screen.
Haven't seen any of the Patchwork rigs. Oh, that's North Lindenhurst.
North
right there.
Lindenhurst.
About to
That
say-
truck sounds so good
Yeah.
every time it comes down the track.
That sounded awesome.
Expect a text later that you said that was Lindenhurst.
Yeah, all right.
Paul's just not calling it. He's letting us all flub him because we're looking through fences.
I can't see.
You're
You're standing up. I can't see through you. Never
Dude,
mind the
there's
fence.
fences, rails. I mean, tons of crap in the way.
Yeah, we got a little bit of tough,
Every shot I look
tough
at-
angle, the tough viewing angle from where we're
Every
at.
shot I look at says Wildcats.
But that thing sounded like a monster coming down. Vinny's got that thing running great. And the B-rig as well. I mean, he's doing a great job running it, driving it. What would he do with this horse, though? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to this. This is a lot of fun. This looks like the Bandits on the line right now.
Better be right.
He's working in front of Eddie Third's house here. They're putting a detour out. He's a little scared out there. They get a little funny out there in Farmerville. Here we go.
Not sure what they were after on that.
I don't think he likes something. He
Yeah.
he
Is
pulled
that
up.
a new roll bar, roll cage?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's that
I've
roll
never
cage
seen
for?
that before.
No, I think
that's new.
That's been there. You
What?
have to have one.
No,
they've never had
No,
that.
honestly, you're right. You don't have. No, that's been.
For when?
I think it's been on a while.
No.
We'll find out. We'll find
I
out.
don't remember that one.
I'm saying new.
I'm going to say there's only a couple left. I know West Sable's taking their C truck off the trailer right now, but I think everybody else is, with the exception of a couple, has gone through.
No West Hempstead. I thought maybe they'd be out here.
They're not even in the parking area yet, so I didn't see them in actually the trailer show up or anything.
Listen,
But
I think
that was a weird shot there by Farmerville.
Yeah.
So they didn't even hit like second gear, and he just got off it and coasted through.
Maybe that's the new way they're going to run.
All right, here we go.
Bayshore.
Here's Bayshore, a little squirrely.
You got a little fishy at the hydrant, no?
Yeah, a little bit coming down.
I think at this speed he's going to have water in the bed.
Yeah, they all look in good spirits anyway.
So I'm told that roll bar cage, whatever you want to call it, that came with the truck when they got it several years ago.
And when did they put it on?
They've always
That's
had
what I'm
it.
wondering.
They've always had it, apparently.
No way.
Okay.
It's no way.
All right. Paul, you're getting up there in years. You could have missed a couple things, you know?
Four-post cage?
I'm with Paul on this one.
There's no way.
All right, we see North Lindy's B-rig down the end of the track getting
All right.
ready.
Somebody, Adam, if you're listening, look back. What was it, 22 or 23? They scored real big. And
No,
Slows.
guys, it's been there forever.
Thank you.
Since the day they got the truck.
No way.
Absolutely.
There we go.
One for Lenny.
I'm
At a loss for all three of
putting
you.
a protest in.
Here's
disagree.
New Hyde Park coming out for their sea hose portion of the Duster.
I disagree.
Yeah, so they blew a rocker the other night on Tuesday for
John Rocker?
Yeah, no. So on their last shot of before coming down, and it spun around in there. So they're able to reach out to a couple speed shops. They got the parts they needed and put it back together 2 days ago, and here we are.
Tell you what.
And I'll tell you something.
I tell you what. That guy in the back's lucky.
I think that's the guy, the anchorman position. He was a little too high in that second break, Paul.
Oh no.
He took one hand off as he was reaching in towards where the digger might grab, and then he took off. And
we've seen people in that bed before.
Well, he's used to jumping at the hydrant, I'm assuming, and he didn't know what to do coming out of the hydrant into the other break.
He almost leaped over the truck.
Yeah, that could have been ugly.
Remember when
get
they had the guy in the bed, upside down? That was New Hyde Park, right?
Was it New Hyde? I'm
Yeah,
trying to
pretty
remember.
sure.
I can't remember. Yeah, that's not a place you want to end up ever.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
who we got out there, Lenny?
I'm gonna say maybe Miller Place.
No, it's a red truck. It's looks like South Hempstead.
Lenny's
Get
first
ready
day on
down
the
there.
job.
Rookie. Well, they've had 3 C trucks in 4 years, I think, at Miller Place. So
That's going to be your excuse?
yeah, I'm trying.
All right. Go for
I'll cash in the one I just won. I'm even.
it. I still think you're wrong. I'm going to the source when this is
Well,
over.
you're Paul. You're never wrong. So of course you think that way.
No, I was wrong the time I thought I was wrong.
When we're done with these dusters, stick around. We're going to go through some odds, and we're going to talk about some racing history here. Here we go, coming down the track. No, it's Leatherhurst.
God,
Yeah, that truck's not used to 4 guys going hard like that
Yeah.
in and out of those brakes.
the front end lift and
Did you see that? He had a good 8 inches off the
coming
ground
out of the hydrant with
Yeah.
a little bit of extra weight where it's normally gone.
Yeah, you got all that momentum, then you're lifting it because you're gassing it. Here's the hobos. Maybe after the hobos, we'll get this started.
And everything's dry at the hydrant too, so there's no spin or anything. These hooks, these trucks are just grabbing and pulling right the heck out of there.
Binoculars? You brought your binoculars.
Now he takes them out. One team left. Look at this. That's a picture right there.
Hey, it's Floral Park.
He won those on like a Disney ride.
Here we go.
He got the ball in the basket 3 times.
Ooh, little hairy, little sideways.
Wow, you watch his hands coming into
Dude,
the nozzle brake right there?
Serious driving.
was pretty wild.
Lot of-
Serious driving. He's not messing around.
Yeah, it was a little squirrely coming into the hydrant as well.
And that truck's moving.
Oh, that's why it's squirrely.
That truck is moving.
All right, so we see.
It's got a lot of horsepower, so we can talk about horsepower.
Fellas, I never thought this was a track that necessarily had a lot of crown, but with all of the fishtailing going on, does this have a deceptive crown right at the hydrant here that maybe creates a lot of these fishtails we've been seeing?
I think these guys are coming in really hard and really stepping on it.
Okay.
If you ask me, I don't know if it's so much the crown.
Yeah, I think some of them are getting everything they can out of it to see what's going to work for Saturday. So it's hard to judge.
Okay, I'll just.
There's
I'll
nothing
go-
visually, Chris. I mean, unless
I'll
we're on
just-
the
I'll
arch.
go take a look, I guess.
No, from here it's hard to see. If we're on the arch, you can
I'm
see it.
kidding. I'm joking around. No, I normally you would see. Central Ice's a great example. You could visually see the crown at the hydrant, and it does mess with some teams who end up locking all 4 tires in that brake. But we see a lot of fishtails here. I'm just wondering,
I just think they're coming in really hard.
And of course, we have you talked about the gates down there, boys? That you
Yeah,
have to come out
they're
and
supposed
see
to take
those?
out that pole.
This ought to be South Hempstead.
There's a set of gates about halfway to the cones. Drivers, I'm sure, love.
See Tommy Marr adjust himself there. I've never seen that coming out. All right, good luck to those
All right,
guys
so let's
tomorrow.
get this thing started. We're going to have a little preview show here. We'll take you, maybe some more couple teams coming down, but we did a little bit of research about what we're looking forward to and what we might be seeing on the big show Saturday. I don't know if you wanted to do the pictures first, Chris, or how you want to get this started, but
Yeah, give us an intro on these pictures, man.
So-
This is wild stuff.
so Johnny Maestro has been talking to me since Manfest, and he a Manhasset guy. He comes up to me, older gentleman, racing 70s, and he says, "I have these pictures of racing, but without trucks, and there's no guys pulling them." I'm like, "Well, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Well, there's actually horses. The horses are pulling the wagons." So doing some more research, he had found out it was in North Carolina. Now, we always pride ourselves on, no, this is the place, right? New York State, that's the place. But if you go back and doing the research that he did and that I looked at, they started racing in North Carolina against department to department in 1869, right after the Civil War.
1869.
And
Miller Place getting ready to come down right now.
they come up with this idea that instead of the men pulling these carts all the time in all these different races, and they race similar to us, cart hose,
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that they would attach the horses that they were using to go to the fires faster. I'll get back to it after Miller Place.
Here comes Rick Batchel driving them in. Here comes Miller Place. Hopefully we'll see Sky Letizia and Justin Kiki light it up tomorrow. It'll be a fun time.
So at the time, if the guys in town had a horse, they were in the fire department. If you could get to the firehouse first with your horse, you got a $10.
You got paid.
You got $10. If you were the second horse, you got $5. And then the
Ah.
horses started becoming popular, certain horses.
Oh.
And they said, why don't we incorporate them into the racing? So what they did, and if you want to show these pictures, Chris, they came up with this idea of racing horses.
Now that is a
Now that is a horse with a driver pulling. That's the hydrant man you could see getting off. There's actually a running board, and the hydrant man would take his own slack. The horse would not slow down, and the driver has the nozzle and the hose next to him.
Look at the horses. The horse's hooves are all off the ground, and he's ready to rock.
He would stop the horse at the end, connect the nozzle, and when it shot water, they would take the time. And there was 3 races like this. Now, the ladder race was similar to RC ladder, but you could use 2 horses.
Here comes the Speedwagon. This is North Belmore on their C-hose shot.
They got a bunch of horses under the hood on that one, that's for sure.
Well, that's the whole thing. You went from real horsepower to now we're showing some incredible horsepower. But, Chris, you can go through the pictures. It's just pretty unbelievable that in another state they had come up with this idea to run these horses. And these races became so popular that the winners, now on this one, you could see that he's standing on the running board. They created a running board.
Oh, that is so cool.
And it's actually in the rules that you can have a running board up to 2 men on the back in the contest. One could be run up to the nozzle, the other guy runs the hydrant, but the horses wouldn't slow down.
It's a 4-wheeled, wagon there.
And now here's one with the ladder team with the 2 horses. I mean, in I think it's 1895, there was a World Fair in Atlanta, and 56 departments from around the country competed in it.
So we're talking Atlanta.
Fireman
we're talking
competition.
Carolina.
The horse contest.
But 56 from around the country. The winning team was New York City.
And
the winning racing team.
Was it based off what was done here that was brought down to there?
But they all had to stand. They had different. They had like a horse. They had a race with the horses, the wagon.
So you're saying New York won the first world title in this thing.
1895. The
so
world.
New York racing still number 1.
Yeah, well, it was back then, still is.
I think what he's saying is we are not alone.
But so many of these horses became popular that they've actually stuffed some and are in the North Carolina.
Stuffed them?
Yes.
That's what Sable's going to do with Gary when he's gone.
Like the whole horse or just
Hey,
like
Rob,
the head?
what's that go for?
No comment.
In the Fire Museum in North Carolina. So a lot of cool stuff. And you know what's funny is I was reading all the rules of the different competitions. They ran dummy. 2 guys would have to climb the ladder after the horses dropped them and bring somebody down.
Oh, no kidding.
And they ran buckets with 8 men filling a 55-gallon drum on a platform. And took an 1890s.
So
14, 15, 16. Hold it up.
So
55
and
gallons.
not only that, they had junior programs doing it.
This is in the 1800s?
1800s. This went
wow.
in the last horse race, I think, was 1916. And they stopped pretty much the racing competitions overall in the 1940s.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
I mean, just crazy
gosh.
stuff that you never imagine. You can imagine people in other states racing, but with horses?
And that looks very similar.
It's North Lindy again.
So I just want to thank Johnny Maestro for bringing that to our attention. I'm actually going to follow this up over the winter in a little Fasney write-up about some of the cool things that were similar to what we do here, going back to those days, because all of this comes out of the North Carolina Firemen's Association.
So, quick one for you, Paul.
Yeah.
Coming down, a former member of ours, Chris Doyle, going through his father's stuff, he finds the 1948 rule book. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
It's, yay big, whatever.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the 47 is our first year of the modern era.
Right.
This is the second year, and there are some really cool events in there. They had an event called Department, where
Yes.
you ran a hose up a ladder and shot a target. Yep. That's pretty wild. And then they had this thing called First Aid, where there was 5 different evolutions. You didn't know which one you were getting, and you had to go figure out how to, do a car accident, a burn victim, an explosion victim, or whatever. It was pretty wild. Fun stuff in that. In the book is only 27 pages of rules, and pretty much it lays out for what we're doing right now. Here goes Wes Sable. Taking some anger out on that truck after that ride up here.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I think it ran great.
Same thing. That you see the weight transfer real good in that truck.
Do we have Danny Tanner back this week for buckets, Noonan?
What's that?
Is Danny back for buckets?
Yes.
All right, good. So they're back in full strength.
All right. After that little preview about horsepower to horsepower, we're going to give you maybe a little preview of what's to come at this state drill on Saturday. So we have the lineup as it is that you'll be seeing on the track this weekend. And we're going to go through each team, see what their chances are of having success and where they might land at the end of the day. So I think we start out with number 1, fellas.
Number 1.
Number 1 is going to be the Farmingville Bandits. What do you guys think about Farmingville?
Stand by for a duster.
Hicksville. Hicks coming down right now.
On the conservative side for Hicksville there.
That's Zach DeFranzo doing the driving right there. He's new at doing this, so he's working on it.
So if we talk about Farmingville, guys, let's start the Bandits running from that number 1 hole. What was the old saying? Oh, you can't win from there. North Lindy debunked that years and years ago, but it's still not a spot a lot of people like to run from. In Farmingville's case, we know they're a rebuilding squad. They've been working all year. We've seen them get better in a number of contests, 3-man ladder, B-hose, motor pump. So they're getting there, but they still got a long way to go.
That was Freeport just coming by on your screen right there. They're just having a tough time with that motor. They were just working on it for like 2 hours just to get it running. They were just making sure they come down the track with it.
I hope he's not leaking any oil because he's burning a lot of smoke there.
He sure is.
Right down the middle of the track.
Yeah, Farmingville, like you said.
Yeah, last time we were here, Farmingville's top 5. They're first and only top 5 ever.
How much fun was that?
Yeah, it was great, right?
That was a
was
fun
very
weekend.
similar to South Hempstead last year and everything that went along with them being in their first top 5. So that was a lot of fun. And if you were going to pick a contest, maybe Sea-Hose could be the one that they could score in if you had to pick
Yeah,
one.
I hear what you're saying, Paul. I mean,
Hose is their bread and butter, yeah.
that team, again, unfortunately, they're going through a pretty big rebuild right now. I mean, they're out there, they're competing. It's good to see. We've seen the progress in increments this year, but I don't see them. I think you're right. They're in the field.
Number 2 is Henrietta. Now, Henrietta, who's combined with Seabreeze. In the first 3 contests, which seem to be their best this year, they've run a 6, a 5, and a 9.
Eric Munt right there. I tell you,
Right.
that guy is an Adonis, and good to see him racing again. I tell you, he's just a great guy, too.
Some of their runs, though, are on the high end of those numbers, right, Rob?
Yeah, you've got a 6.8, 5.9, 9.9, all good numbers, but I don't know if they're numbers we're going to see score on Saturday.
Yeah.
You're going to have to either see them improve on that a little bit, or what do we always see, that one contest in a state drill where everybody apples up and maybe a couple teams get some points that they might not otherwise, or you wouldn't have thought they would have gotten.
I agreed, but I think we're going to see a little bit of that in a lot of contests this year, so that'll be something to watch.
Well, I think Henry is doing what they can with the equipment they have, you know.
All right, so the next team is number 3, and this is probably our first team that's in it to win it, the West Hempstead Westerners. I think they can win it. Do I think they're going to need a little bit of help? Yeah, I do. I don't know if they can play with West Sayville and Central Islip if they're having a day of theirs. They can score in all 8.
They have history on their side here. 13 years ago, they pulled off the incredible, 1-2 finish for Nassau County between West Hempstead and Roslyn. And I tell you what, with a little help from bucket teams that didn't do their job, Roslyn could have tied them that day or won the tournament.
Yeah, I don't want to say shock the world, but a lot of us did not have those 2 teams going 1-2 that day. That's for darn sure. Agreed. I think they're one of a couple of teams that need to hit something in 7 or 8 races to have a chance of hanging around with some of the big boys.
Well, West Hempstead, just look at some of the things they've done. They've top 5. They've got 1 win. They've taken second 3 times. They've taken 5th once. Been really consistent in 3-man ladder, bringing the numbers down. They're one of 3 teams to go sub 650 this year. On the bucket side, they've run 22s 4 different times and scored in 5 out of 6 drills as we see Copeg come down.
Mr. Excitement.
They've got the 3rd best shot of the year in C-hose, 3rd best shot of the year in efficiency, a top 10 shot and pump. So they can hit in a lot of contests, but outside of 3-man and buckets, they've been a little sporadic.
Yeah, I still give them 100-to-1 chance to win the drill. I think, like I said, they're going to need help. I think some other teams can run in the same races they run in and maybe even top them. Do I think they have a better chance to place top 5? Yeah, I do. I'm giving that a 25-to-1. And for them scoring a point, I'm saying they're going to score. 3-to-1, they score a point. But I think they have real solid top 5 potential.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It's going to be close. I think we're going to have 5 or 6, 7 teams scrapping to get on the track at the end of the day.
And the beginning of this drill is just unbelievable because after you go to West Hempstead, as the Hicks come by again, Doesn't conk out this time.
No, I was going to say that's a positive
After
right
you go
there.
to West Hempstead, you go on to who's in a lot of people's books the favorite to win this drill, the CI Hobos. Between them and West Sable, back and forth all year. And I would say coming into the season, CI was by leaps and bounds after winning the state drill last year, the favorite. But this can hinge on if they can complete C-Hose, B-Hose, and Pump, right? Pump hasn't been spectacular for them. And is the B-Truck ready?
B-Truck looked good in the Duster, I thought. It looked really nice. I mean, they ran a 5.06 with no hands on the wheel. I mean, come on. What's that tell you about this team?
That's pretty true.
I mean, if we look at some of the things they've gone through, 6 drills this year, they've won 4, they've taken second twice. They've got the top shots of the year in 3-man, B ladder, C ladder, and efficiency. We talked about maybe Pump. They've still got a 6.1 and a 6.2. And pretty much week in, week out, they have some, if not the best water out. So it's all about hitting that little yellow plate at the other end by the target. So I think the capability is there. And they've put up 3rd, 6th, 7th, and 8th best efficiency shots out of what we've seen this year. All in, 21-3, 21-4, 21-7, 21-7. So there's some serious numbers that they've put up this year, which makes them able to close. And we know they start well.
Well, without a doubt. And I think that's the key, Rob. If they hit their shots in all 3 ladder races, I feel their confidence. They've got a little more experience now. The pressure's going to be off a little bit, and I think they're going to be fine. Do I think that's going to happen? I'm not saying. But if they do that, I think the day is theirs. West Sable will be there with them, but I think with that momentum, I don't think they'll get caught.
I tell you what, best thing about CI, I see the last 2 tournaments come down to buckets. They needed 5 points in each to get in the shot for the win. They were 21-45, 21-31. They tied for first both tournaments. Pressure was on. They came up. Don't bet against these guys.
I agree with you.
No, I definitely think they're a big favorite. Talking about ladder and ladder sweeps, Matty Mara put some stuff together for me. The last team to sweep state drill ladder was West Sable back in 2007. The last time we were here, Islip got 14 out of 15, so they were really close to doing it. But they, being Central Islip, have done it 3 times this year, and they've come out of ladder with 10 or more points in every drill.
Yeah. But it's the arrow for that was going in the wrong direction for them because they came out like gangbusters. Can they grab it back in no time flat? Absolutely. They're professionals, and they're the champs. Right now, they still have to be knocked off the top spot.
Absolutely.
So going next would be North America. North America in between CI West Sable, but not for every contest without the C truck, right? They're going to run 6 out of 8 contests, but you're going to see back-to-back CI West Sable in 2 contests, which is going to be pretty exciting. The C contest in the middle. But
and West Hempstead there, too, so it's going to be
and
1,
West
2, 3.
Hempstead, bam, it's going to be real. We're going to know real quick what's going on, and people at the end of the contest are going to be salivating if it went south.
Hey, what happened to the odds? Are we doing the odds?
Well, we can do the odds. You want the CI's odds, or to win, it's 2-1 because it's them and West Sable. Definitely 1,000% placing 1-1, and you know they're scoring right off the bat. North America, they've improved.
Yes.
They're probably
They're having a good season.
They might be the most improved team on the track.
I believe you're right.
And they don't have the C truck, which makes it kind of difficult to go to these tournaments. And they're still either close to placing in top 5 or they were in top 5 last weekend.
I tell you, efficiency, probably their number 1 contest. They ran a 9:05 last week. That was good for 5 points against some good competition at the Four Towns Training Center. And motor pumps gotten better for them as well, but they're going to need a little help on that. But efficiency is one I would, if I'm going to think about Survivor Pool and I need to put someone in there, maybe you throw in North Merrick.
They've won the Baldwin B truck drill. They've taken top 5 Nassau County drill, North Belmore drill. That 9:05 in efficiency that Billy mentioned was one of the top shots of the year that we've seen. Do we call it the Joe Boy effect? I know he's been working with them and helping them out a little bit. And
they were good
you've
before.
seen it even in buckets, though. They were in a 24-0. Well, we've seen them set. We've seen them pass clean.
They
a
have
lot of improvement.
They have a lot of young kids who are eager to be there and aggressive, and they just watch other teams. They want to win. They want to race.
Yeah, they're excited. They're fun.
Yeah.
They got the youth back. I tell you what, they went through a real tough couple of years here after obviously what happened. And I tell you what, it's good to see them back smiling and having fun on the track and getting back to where they were a couple of years ago. That was a big setback.
I think in personnel they have the foundation, and they had the foundation. And yes, the Joe Boy effect is big and it's real. and he's they have coaches over there, but they don't have the experience from being with other teams and just some of the knowledge we gain over the years just by being around a lot, and some of their people didn't have that. So North Merrick's got that on their side now. One quick story. Joe Boy said they had 24 buckets. They had 2 sets. He goes, you have them numbered? And he said, no, why do you number them? So I'm not saying who said, but yeah, some buckets are better than others, and you measure them and blah, blah, blah. But just some little things like that he's helping them out with, and we see the progress. Good to see.
Kopech's coming down for one of the last dusters, maybe the last duster of the day.
It's one of the better contests they'd like to score in there. It's
if I was
last year they're pretty good at it.
Some odds on North Merrick, I would say they would be 1,000,000 to 1 in the field for winning and placing. But I'd say 5,000 to 1 if they can pull one off in efficiency.
All right.
Something like that.
Oh,
so
I'm
you're saying
I'm
there's a chance.
taking that bet.
Right, there you go.
I'm putting $10 on that if Boys laying the odds.
Next up, number 6, the co-favorite
Here
to
we
win this
go.
drill, the West Sable Flying Dutchman. We've seen it all year. They can score in all 8. They can win all 8. B-Hose could be a big turning point for them. They got to hit it. It's been a sticking point for them all year. They have young guys that are stepping up. They have veterans that are there. Is it a surprise if they win the state drill this year based on what we thought coming into the season?
No.
No, I don't think it's a surprise either, Paul. However, I think they're CI from a year or two ago, a little bit younger, getting real good with some youth and some experience. Are they ready right now? That's the question, and we're going to find out Saturday. You can't measure someone's ability to deal with pressure by looking at them or talking to them. You got to perform.
Yeah, some of the young guys, specifically the Mara brothers, have really stepped up this year. 3-man ladder. We've seen that improve. You guys have commented on it. They're the only team outside of Central Islip to go sub 640 this year. 3-man ladder in general, if you look at the numbers, there's so few teams that are going 650 or less. So if 1 or 2 of them were to miss, it opens it up for a whole bunch of other teams to potentially score. But, West Sable has been there, and they've run well in ladder most weeks. Hempstead withstanding. They've got the 2 best shots in C-Hose this year, 2 12-4s. B-Hose has definitely been that sticking point, but we know the talent is there. It just hasn't worked out. I think remember back in 23, they took first place in B-Hose. So we know we can do that. Efficiency, been probably one of their staples all year. One of the top pump shots of the year, one of the few 5s that we've seen. You can count how many on one hand, and they've got the best bucket shot of the year, that 2106. So the numbers are there, but you got to put it up when necessary. You got to be consistent.
10 top 5s in a row, but they have not won a state drill, and this is hard to believe.
That's a streak.
Since 2016.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time when you think about West Sable Flying Dutchman. I have them at 2 to 1, just like they're West Sable, 1 to 1 on getting placing. They're going to place.
They just need a bounce back from last week's, at Hempstead.
I think that's out of their
the last
mind.
3 was a little, they came into buckets, but the other one's not so much. And B-Hose, like you said, I think B-Hose definitely.
Yeah, it could all turn on that for
And
them.
there you go.
They hit B-Hose, it could be tremendous for them. And the only thing, the other question I have is that if they win this one and Gary gets number 199, does he go back and scour through all the score sheets to try to find another one?
Oh, he's finding one.
That would be
Would there be another beach tournament nobody's reported on yet?
anticlimactic. He'll be back for next year
Pat's
for
Affairs
200.
has one somewhere in his. I think.
He doesn't want it to be the town tournament with 5 teams or 4 teams going, does he?
I'm really shocked we didn't see them out there in some way, shape, or form last week just to try and get 199
The
out of the
thought
way.
crossed my mind, Billy. I thought they might show. I'm sure the thought crossed their mind too, but that's water under the bridge. How
Crossed
about,
Gary's mind.
how about the next one? Spencerport.
Another good team right here.
Yeah.
This is 4, 5, 6 in a row. We got a really good the C contests are going to be fantastic. You're not going to miss your seat here. Spencerport starts the year off great, 1280, 1276, 2 heavy C-Hose shots. C ladder, fantastic for them. I don't know if they got enough to get on the track, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, you look at their lines going across their scratch line. Do they have enough races? They run 6, 5, 9, 12, 8, 9, 6. No buckets there to really speak of, but are those numbers in each one of those contests good enough, just like for Henrietta? Now, are they good enough to be in the top 5? Maybe they are.
They
Maybe
might
are.
be, Paul.
Can they win? I don't think so. I put them in the field. I put them 1,000,000 to 1. If they win, that would be shocking.
Yeah, if they can run their runs, they'll have some points with those numbers that you highlight there. Is it enough to get to the top 5? I don't think so. Rob?
If you look at the upstate schedule itself, we get a really small sample size of everybody ran up here. So we only have 3 drills to really talk about. And of them, Spencerport has had a really tough time closing. The 675, their best shot and pump, a 2586, your best shot in buckets. I think that's going to be hard pressed to score. So they're putting a lot of pressure on some of those early contests, and some of their numbers are on the precipice of scoring. But C-Hose and B-Hose is where they're going to have to make their hay and get some big points if they want to be in the top
And
five.
I think three-man, too, like you said, Rob, if one of those two teams that runs under 650 goes down, Spencerport can jump right in
Yeah,
there.
that's
in
662,
three-man
their
ladder.
best shot. They need to get that in the 6.5s
Right.
and then see where it falls.
Yeah, I got him 500 to 1 to go down the track. I don't even know if it should be that high, but scoring, I got him 20 to 1. I mean, I think they can score.
I think they can score.
C-Hose might be something that
they'll have
helps
some
them
points at
out.
the end of the day.
They fall in that Copeg range, and can they score?
They could be anywhere from 6 up to 12, I think.
Yeah. Next up is Hicksville. They seem to be rebuilding again. They've scored in previous state drills, B ladders, one contest. I have them in the field all the way across. I don't know if they're going to score here, but they're out running. We saw them, still working on things, trying to get it together.
Yeah,
I would
year,
go ahead, Billy.
Doug Chiz been doing it for forever. I mean, you never know if you put the ladder on the ground, give him a ladder. I mean, we saw him at Deerfield about I know it was 6 years ago, but he put some real heavy times up. But I don't think we're going to see that.
This is one of the more one of the more challenging years for Hicksville that I've ever seen. It's good to see them on the track and all. Are they ready to take points somewhere? Yeah, they could backdoor in somewhere, but I like seeing them on the track and keep it going, guys. Let's get them harder next year.
Next up is Port Washington next. Now, mixed with Manhasset, they've shown and Albertson, they've shown improvement all year. Do I think they need help to score? Yes, I do. They've passed state champion in their history. Last time they were in the top 5, 2018. The two hose contests, the speed contest and efficiency would probably be their best shots. But, boy, I think they need help.
Yeah, 13-2 being their best C-Hose time of the year, and that might be in the money tomorrow, Saturday, depending on what goes on. They've got a couple of low to mid-8s, 8-3 and 8-4. Maybe they bring that down a little bit more and it puts them in that possibility of scoring. We have seen some subpar hose, for lack of a better term, over the course of the year in a lot of places, but
and that gives them an opportunity.
Yes,
And that
100%.
13-2 had all of a 12-4 written all over it.
Wow.
He washed the tomatoes. He hit the backboard.
But
It
then going
looked like
back
the
to-
738 shot before he hit the target.
But then going back the other way, when he hit that target in that other contest, he didn't even know he hit it. So
Right on.
sometimes it give it, sometimes it take it away.
Was the 13-2 in Hempstead?
Yeah.
Okay,
That was,
so it's all weighted.
Yeah.
Again, have they shown improvement in the hose contest? For sure. Their trucks really help them as well. They get clean runs. They could score in those races, and maybe even efficiency. They've shown their ability to hit the target.
And vet drivers, great drops.
Yeah, a little shout out to Alex Mustakis. He's the climber. Really doing a nice job this year. He's brought it down quite a bit. He's down to the 9.5, 9.6 of practice. Seen him do it, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I got him 2001 just to put a point on the board, and I think that would be. They would be happy, I think, if they scored a couple points last year.
Yeah.
So you never know. I think it was efficiency
Good
last
efficiency
year.
shot, yeah.
So you never know when it can happen. They
Yeah,
have
but
the
that whole
talent.
team's a year older.
right. They have the
Good for the
talent.
climber, but that's about it.
967 on 3 points last year.
Yep,
So
that would need help. Next one up is Belmore. Belmore, another team that I think has shown great improvement. Maybe not as much as North America, but they're combined with a whole bunch of teams. The B truck's running better than it's probably run since it was Roosevelt's.
wow.
And can they run an 8 in B hose and a low 9 efficiency and a 6 in pump? And if they did, would it even score? I don't know. So I'm giving them the field all the way across.
They'd be happy to
million
do
to
it.
1. If they scored even in one of those 1 point, there'd be a heck of a party back out to that Roosevelt exempts.
I agree. They got some work to do there, but they're into it, and it's good to see them. We saw them doing the duster runs, and hopefully best of luck to them.
Like
B
we
truck
said,
running great.
the B truck is really running well. They're still learning it. He looked like he had it under control here today. Again, the juices will be flowing Saturday. We'll see what they can do.
Next up, number 11, Oyster Bay Teddy's boys. Only their 4th drill of the year, but they scored a bunch at the Nassau drill, and they came top 5, I believe, right at the North Belmore drill.
Yeah.
Can that translate to scoring in the state? B hose and pump, probably their best chances at it. Once again, they would need help, even for the Wet Bandits.
Yeah, more to pump in buckets, I would think. B-hose, I mean.
Last
sorry.
time they were a top 5 state drill, 1993. So it's been quite a time. I give them a 300 to 1 chance to even score.
Well, half that team that they have right now ran in the 93 tournament.
That's true. That's true.
So they're seasoned, is what you're saying. Yeah, I think B-Hose is probably their best bet. Another small sample size. They didn't come out till July 19th, so we haven't seen a whole lot of the Teddy's boys, and maybe the best is yet to come.
And they do have a couple of seasoned guys and a couple of guys that are in their prime. We talk about Steven all the time. Those guys have a nice day. You never know. I think they're getting some points, Paul. What do you got them at to score a point?
300 to 1, so it's a possibility.
I see it happening for them.
So last thing, if you're at the tournament, watch those Wet Bandits. They put on a nice show, and they're also going to be digging on Saturday. That's another fun thing to watch. But I tell you, it's just a fun show. Wet Bandits, take a look. A lot of fun.
Next up's number 12 in Bayshore. Bayshore, man, you don't know which way they're going to go at Bayshore. The way they're playing right now, the fact that they came up here and they already ran in this drill at the Friday night drill, I think bodes well for them. They've put it together in the last bunch of weeks. I think they're in complete contention for the top 5. They spent a good part of the year figuring out what they were going to do, but since the Hempstead invite on in, they can run all 8. My thing is, can they win any one of them? And if you're going to win the state drill, I think you need to win a couple contests. Can they place in all 8? They can, but they would need some help to win the state tournament. It's there. They have to hit in 7 at least.
I think they can win a couple of races. I believe that. Obviously, they're a team that has to score in a lot of races, and I think their biggest challenge is what are they coming out of ladders with. There's a couple of teams in that boat. They're definitely one of them. They need a kickstart 4, 5, 6 to get going, and they could play the rest of the day and hang around.
Yeah, I agree, guys. Top 5 is well within their wheelhouse. 3 of the last 4 weeks, they've gone double digits. They've gotten better and better and better in these contests, down to a 6-5 in 3-man, one of 4 teams to go below 660. So you should look at that and say they should score in 3-man ladder. B ladder, they're down in the 5-7s. I think they're going to have to improve on that to get some points. 9-3 and C ladder, right on the cusp, I want to say. And if they can improve on that, so be it. I think the C truck is hurting them. We've made comments about 1 or 2 tenths behind some of the big boys. And you guys mentioned winning a contest or 2. They've got 1 5-point shot on their record for the season, a 584 in pump in the Suffolk County drill. So they need to replicate that somewhere else. And they finally, after 3 or 4 different iterations of their bucket team, this looks like they finalized what their team is going to be. That 22-11 they ran in Hempstead is probably at least what they're going to need to do towards the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. I think the other thing about Bayshore is they have to keep it level-headed. If they don't score in the first 3 ladder contests, which is a possibility, they are good enough to run the last 5 contests. And I think C-Hose has an opportunity to be a huge contest for them. That's one, if they can win, I think they can win if they hit on both ends.
I think the biggest thing for CI,
but they can run the last 5.
For Bayshore is this: is it going to be the CI Bayshore team or the Hempstead Bayshore team? CI, they go overtime 868, 24-52, get nothing. Then they go 896, 660, 22-11, and they put up 10 points. That's what's going to be. It comes down to the man events. Those last 3, Bayshore can run them. Like you always say, Paul,
one thing you could definitely say, they're going to have an impact on the drill, I think, whether it's for somebody else or for themselves.
Yeah, because they can run the last 5 really well. So let's see what happens.
I got them 101 to win, which to me, if you said that at the beginning of the year, I would have said you were crazy.
Agreed.
I got them 25 to win to place, 25 to 1 to place. I think they have a great shot at it. And I got them 3 to 1 to score. They would really have to have a collapse after the last few weeks not to score.
Yes, the way they have been running, it would probably be a disappointment in Bayshore if they didn't come home at least top 5.
Next up is Freeport, number 13. We just saw them fly by, trying to get that truck together. They're just trying to keep the team going. I got them in the field, everything, 1,000,000 to 1. That would be bad news, bear shot.
Yeah, we just haven't seen enough of them, folks, to really give you a great read on them.
Yeah, it's an incomplete.
And then Lindenhurst, number 14. They came 5th in the last drill here at Main Transit. They don't run all 8 most drills anymore. Can they score? Can they be the monkey wrench to hurt or help somebody in C and BOs and then maybe pump? I think they can. I think C-Hose, they have a real good chance of scoring. I think it's 12s, right?
They are the only team outside of West Sayville to run 3 12s this year. So that puts them, in contention to score there and potentially score big depending on the way the contest falls out. And they got an 8-3 to their credit in B-Hose, which I think can be improved upon also.
I think Rob did his homework, guys. He's making us look bad. He's really, look at him. He's working the phone. He's working his notes.
He's working on his Wildcat pool.
Lindenhurst.
So just quick, Lindenhurst, again, forever a contender. I think they will score some points on Saturday. How far can they go? I'm not sure. I feel like I saw them run a decent bucket shot recently. Am I right at that?
2506.
Yeah.
Got them on the
Maybe not.
20. That's what it was. I mean,
Okay.
But it got them on. They brought the old timers out. They got
Maybe,
on the track.
I-
They placed last week at North Belmore, which was kind of fun to watch. But like I said, it's all about C-hose for them.
Yeah.
That's really the shot.
And Snail's on the
and
track.
You never know motor pump.
Snails on the track and cowbells in the stands. It's
There
a
you
state
go.
drill.
They got 3 points with that 25-06. I'd be shocked if a 25
Yeah.
scores.
I remember they
on
scored.
Saturday.
Maybe I didn't remember
I'd
the
be
number.
disappointed if a 25 scores Saturday.
Yeah, we all would.
Yeah, I got them scoring as their only chance to do anything, 50-1. Point Pleasant is going to be at number 15. Don't seem as consistent this year as Spencerport up here in the western area. They can score in a lot of races if they hit their shot. Outside chance, maybe in 3-man. B ladder and C ladder are legit when they run them right, and they can hit C and B hose and maybe can score and pump. Fish C, I don't know. Buckets doesn't look like it. More races than they normally have in a day, but I don't think any one of them is as good.
They've got one shot this year in each of the 5 motorized contests that you would consider point worthy. 519, only other team to go sub 5.2 this year. 910, heavy duty. We've seen them run 8s. We've seen them run 4s. We haven't seen a 4 yet this year. 1286, one of the 4 teams, if I'm not mistaken, to go into 12s this year. And then Pump, they got a 611, and they've run 3 6s overall. So running up here, a place they run every year, they might have Pump dialed in a little bit better than some teams.
So I'd like to say about Point Pleasant is I really think they're coming up with no pressure on them this year. They didn't run the heavy shots. No one's looking at the 4. No one's staring at the 878 that they ran or whatever they ran. So here it is. They're coming in. They're playing with the house money today. I think they're going to be loose and look out. You never know when a team loosens up what can happen.
Yeah, the fact that, and Paul listed it here and talked about it, the fact that they're running more races consistently is obviously in their favor, and they've just, like many other teams, you've got to run your run in the races you can score, and if you want to have a chance to make that top 5, you just have to. There's too many also rans after what I consider the top 3 in no particular order, West Sayville, CI, and North Lindy. There's too many other teams that can jump into those last 2 spots and get on the track, so you've got to score all day.
And ending the day could hurt them, even if they could run pump. If they don't run efficiency and buckets well enough. To me, we've been talking about it all year. Those last 3 contests are going to make the difference for everybody. Those are the contests you got to be able to compete in if you're going to win, go down the track. Winning, I got them 5,001, placing 301. I think they could score 20-1. I don't think they can win, but they're not 1,000,000 to 1, so they're saying there's a chance. Number 26, North Belmore, hot drops, and I need a cold beer soon.
Yeah.
They can score in all the speed contests and the last 3, but is it enough for them? Are the points big enough for them to get down the track, or can they just be a spoiler? Last time in the top 5 was in the 60s.
Yeah, 3-man's out of the money. No way they're going to get there. 545, their best shot, B ladder. The 922 we saw at Lindenhurst, but they ran that crazy shot at the Hempstead Invite was pretty fun at 927. So they got the ladder. They got Joey. Joey Corcoran can climb that ladder, and then it's all about the hose team. Can Thomas White dance around the hose like he did at the North Belmore Invite and throw some water in a la Paulie Suskind?
Well, I've been pulling for North Belmore the last 4 or 5 years to put it together in the state because we have seen flashes in almost every race. Billy, I agree, 3-man would be real tough for them. When's it going to happen? Their window is starting to close a little bit. These guys are all getting a little up there in years, and you only get so many cracks at this. Would love to see them put it together. I got them in the top 5 at the end of the day.
I think it's definitely there, guys, but they're going to have to hit in those contests they need. Sea Ladder's a big one. They've been 945 or better in all 5 times they've run this year. They got like a 1286 to their credit, an 807 in C hose and B hose. The last 2 weeks, efficiency's been their thing. 906 and 925. Hempstead, North Belmore, great efficiency tracks. Pump's been a problem. 683 is their best time of the year. I don't know if they're going to be able to kind of flip the switch and make that happen here. And they've got a 2307 as their best bucket time of the year. Everything else is 24s and 25s. I think they're going to have to do better than that if they want to be top 5 at the end of the day.
Yeah, they're a team that I see at the end of the day that's going to be in the top 5, but in the last 2 contests is going to see teams pass them by.
Well, I think they're at a disadvantage, like you said, in Pump, not only based on what they've done this year, but practicing at Merrick. And most of the tournaments have been at Hempstead. They don't have a lot of experience with the setup that's here. So
Still, I got them at 1,000-1 to win. I mean, that's not horrible. Placing 75-1, and I think they could score at 8-1. Odds are better than some, better than a lot, better than most. Main Transit's number 27. tough season. Host a great drill. They've scored in previous state drills in the past, but I think that'd be a lot to ask here. For
Motor
them to even
Pump probably
score.
the best chance,
Yeah.
I would think. 6:35 they ran at the Seabreeze Invite, 6:63 at Spencerport. So they got to take a shot. Motor Pump. That's what I would think.
Yeah, again, it's great to be here at Main Transit. We love the hospitality, and they keep having us back all these years. And we just love it here, and would love to see them be a little more competitive. We've seen them as a bucket team be a great finisher over the years. I don't know we're going to see that this year, but keep your eyes on Main Transit. They're here.
They got a 13 to their credit, 13-2, I should say, to their credit in C-Hose. So that probably puts them on the fringe of scoring there, but they'll definitely have to go that or better.
All right, next up,
Field.
Yeah, next up is East Farm. Maybe score an outside chance in COs and BOs if they can get everybody behind the truck and talk about it first. They're going to be sitting in a position where maybe the times aren't so good again towards the back of the pack here. Combined with Huntington Matter, but I got them in the field all the way across. 1,000,001. Boy, would that be a party if they could go back-to-back parade state champs last year and points in the state drill this year. How do you back it up better than that?
Hey, they got a trophy in B-Hose at the county tournament. I'm sure they're pretty happy about that in the first place.
Hey, listen, East Farmingdale's been coming out
Yeah.
here a
Oh,
long
God.
time doing this, and it's great to see the Hares out here. And, yeah, there's a lot of us pulling for them to see them score in a race. And come on, boys, open our eyes.
Happy to see them come up here to defend the parade title as well. That's great
Absolutely. Next up, New Hyde Park combined with Westbury and Carl Place. They've shown improvement in many areas. I think they have an outside chance that seems to be improving in three-man steel ladder. But they can score in a lot of races because the arrow is pointed up, but can they score in them at the state drill? For me, if they can make it to the Joe Hunter, I think it'd be a big win for them, but that would mean scoring points here at the state.
Their 660 in Hempstead
It was nice.
in three-man puts them in 6 teams that have gone 660 or under. So that kind of really, there's that number. We talked about earlier in the year what it's going to take to score in each contest. In the state drill, I think 660 is probably on that high end. I think you're going to have to go 6.5 or better. But we've seen them improve in some other contests. C-Hose, they got it down to 13.0. B-Hose, still up in the 8s, but the numbers are coming down and going in the right direction. And if things all go well, maybe we'll get Billy mic'd up and get him running buckets.
Yeah, good luck, boys. Like I said, the three-man's really the shot, I think. And, like I said, they're getting better, and who knows what the Termites will do tomorrow.
Yeah.
I give them a little more credit maybe than you guys. I agree three-man's come a long way for them. But just because of the vehicle, the C-Truck and the driver, I put him in those two races. I really do. 100-1 you have him to score, Paul. I would take that bet. I see them taking some points on Saturday.
right.
I like that guy.
Next up, Copeg. They can score in a few races, but their best chance most likely in ladder. If that ladder's upside down, he's climbing it. They've scored in the last 3 state drills. Always exciting, that's for sure. I have them the field the 1,000,001 to win or place, but I got them 10-1 to score only because they've shown they can do it in the state drill.
Scored 2 points last year. They scored in both B ladder and C ladder last year. And like I said, I mean, it's Chris Brandt, Mr. Excitement. And I tell you what, they can throw up a C-hose shot once in a while if they need one. And they haven't run the last 3 so much. There have been some manpower issues.
Must watch ladder. Everybody stops to watch Chris and the rest of the Yellowbirds when they are running ladder.
Yeah,
They've got a couple of 9.3s to their credit towards the end of the season. So let's see them getting that 9.2 or better and put themselves in a position to score.
Yeah, they find a way to take points and ladders. It appears every year in the state. And it's hard work, and every team has setbacks here and there, and they've lost bodies over the years. We know that, but they always seem to come through in the state. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, next up is Islip, and this is going to be the first time in a long time. We're only going to spend like a minute on them, but they're in rebuild mode. I don't know if they're going to run all 8. Maybe an outside chance of scoring hoses. If some of those contests went south, they would need some help in some other races. 9 years in a row, top 5. Looks like it's going to come to an end here. I gave them a 500-1 chance to score. That's about it, and I think I was being generous.
You got Mike Welton. You got the boys. They know what they're doing. I mean, they're a couple-time defending state champions before, and you never know. 500-1. Yeah.
So,
you never know.
So, Billy, just what you're talking about, I always say you need like 3 components. You need the equipment, you need the knowledge, and you need the athletes. They've still got 2 of the 3. They've got the knowledge and the equipment.
They got all 3.
They're
just
working
not in
on the
right spot.
athletes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, they're working on the athletes and rebuilding all that. But, it's going to take some time. We'll see what happens.
8-19 and B-Hose probably puts them in their best chance to get on the board.
All
A little
right.
history here for them. They won the title here as well, so
Yeah.
good track for them.
All right, next up is another team that could be a dark horse. We'll have something to say maybe in the drill by the end of the day.
Wild card.
Is the Miller Place Extinguishers. To me, if you look at their year last year, as we have a flight coming out or in, probably going out, they had so many great runs and so many team records. You were like, wow, this team's amazing, right? And then when that doesn't happen the next year because so many of those records were so good for their team, you're like, oh, they're on a down year. But are they? To me, they're a vet squad. Best B-hose shot of the year so far. I think they can run some C-hose. Can they score in ladders? Can they score in pump? Can they get that bucket shot back that they had last year? If they do all that, top 5 can be theirs. But I think it's going to be rough. 5,000 to 1 to win. There's a chance to place. I think that team that's never placed in the state drill, that's the team that
That's
might
where
get
I
in
would go
there.
with that, yeah.
200 to 1, and to score, I got it 7 to 1. What's your thoughts, Rob?
Couple of top 5s to their credit. Joe Hunter Drill, Suffolk County Drill. You mentioned some of the places they've run. Obviously, B-Hose has been their bread and butter. They've won it 3 times this year, and with serious numbers. C-Hose, they've yet to put up a competitive time, but we've talked about this with a couple other teams, and the fact that we've seen hose rained out a couple of times this year. Teams really haven't been able to get into their groove in hose. So I think the C-Hose capabilities are there. They just need to bring it. The other event that is big for them is efficiency. They've got 1-8 to their credit, and 4 other shots 9-5 or better. Only one time did they got an overtime back in Hempstead, but that was a rough day for them. So I think efficiency can be a big shot for them. If they could put B-Hose and efficiency together, they might put themselves in position to be in the top 5.
And even pump. I mean, they could be one of those teams coming by late in the day that are passing teams that had points ahead of them. If you don't have 10 points, you could see a team like Miller, and you think you're top 5, you might see a team like Miller Place pass you in those last 4 contests.
I think the best thing about them is Chris Russo had a couple weeks off. I mean, he got banged up early, and I think that's really what it is. Can they pull out a couple points out of the ladder events? If they can come out with 3, 4, 5 points, look out. They'll be on the track at the end of the day.
Yeah, I kind of put them in that same category with Bayshore. They have a potential for some points there. They're not going to be a lot, but they got to come out with something if they want to play hard at the end of the day. Now, that being said, credit to Artie Suskind. The first time I heard playing the racing game was out of his mouth. I think they're in a perfect position to be able to do that. I don't subscribe to it necessarily, but because of the smaller field these days, and we've talked about it during the year, you don't always get 5 great runs in a race these days. So they're in a position where if they want to try it, they could play the racing game. I think a lot of teams are going to be able to do that at the end.
5 of the last 7 years, the team taking 5th place in a state drill has had less than 10 points, and those other 2 years it's been 10 and 10.5. So you don't necessarily have to get too far in the double digits to put yourself in the top 5.
Very true. And with Miller Place, being in the back, playing that game, Lenny, it's not that they're going to have to give extra. They might just be able to give their run without any stress.
Yeah.
Hey, if they come to the line and see ladder and they got to run a 9:15, you better go for it.
Yeah.
If you got to run a 9:60, fellas, let's complete this
Just
contest.
run our
We're
race.
scoring.
Yep.
That's going to be the game that they can
Right,
play.
but you're
I
going to
think.
see more of it this year. Like I said, in years past when you had 40, 50 teams, you didn't really get that because it didn't matter. Now it matters.
All right, next up is to me one of the 3 favorites to win this one, maybe a slight bit behind the other ones that are 2 to 1, North Lyndhurst and Piston Knockers at 3 to 1 to me to win. The scoring streak will continue. That's a something we could probably talk about on Saturday when they score. That streak is amazing. 10 straight years in the top 5. They didn't make it last year. So they got that little chip on their shoulder, looking to get back in there off that win at Hempstead, which was big. They need B-ladder and a consistent day from beginning to end. 3-man points to me would be a bonus, and they got to hit the last 3. They're the last winner here at Main Transit.
They're going to need some help in 3-man ladders. 6-7s have been their best shot of the year, so they're going to have to bring that down just a little bit. But you pretty much go through every other contest, and they are threats to score and or win, especially when we get to C-hose and B-hose. They started to find their bucket team a little bit more towards the end of the year. I still don't think it's where they want it to be, but I'm sure they've been working hard on that over the last 2 weeks to try and get those numbers down. They've got a 22-1 to their credit back in Central Islip. So that's more or less what they're going to need or get into those 21s to finish off the day. But, they've got 1 win to their credit, and they've scored in placed in every other drill. So they're right. They're going to be right there.
Yeah, I mean, they've got veteran leadership. Again, they've got great equipment, very good athletes, and they know how to win. Been there, done that type of thing. Forgetting they didn't go top 5 last year, that's huge for them. And
When's the last time they went back to back, not top 5?
as it should be. And the year prior, I think they came in 3rd. The year prior was when they came down the stretch with Islip. So, they're used to being there at the end. If not winning, being right there. And not making the top 5, huge. A lot of pride over there, a lot of talent. I think they're going top 5.
They just need a consistent start to the day. It's been up and down. The ladder events, they get off to a nice start. Just a decent 3-man ladder, whether you place or not, doesn't matter. Nice smooth run. Come out with a good B ladder. Come out with a good C ladder. Give Kirst Connell, the best Hydra man ever on the track. Give him a chance to put you in the promised land.
Yeah, I got them 2-1 to place. They're going to go down the track. Obviously, they're going to score, but they can win.
Efficiency's right there.
In my mind, if
Motor pumps
I only
there.
got 3 teams
That's
that
it.
can win. If you go past those 3, it's going to be exciting and something happened. They can win this drill.
Yeah,
They're one of the 3.
If it goes outside of those 3, it becomes a little more of a free-for-all. And then who knows where it goes.
All right, next up is another team that's going to have some say. They have placed top 5 last 3 state tournaments in a row, 5th place each year. You might as well not come out for ladders because they don't start scoring until C-Hose, and they've done it at the end of the drills.
Wow.
Imagine this team could score in ladders, right? Like North Lyndhurst, they have a chance to let the drill fall to them. They'd be okay if there's big shots on the board because sometimes they run better when they go for it.
Play the game.
And if not, they can just play the game. Top 5 3 years in a row, as I said. Man, they could use ladder help. They have to hit in C-Hose, I think.
Last year,
And B-Hose for big money if they're going to win this drill.
Last year, they take 16 out of 20 in the last 4 events to get on the track, and they placed 4th. I mean, that's kind of what we're going to be looking at, I think, this year. the ladders haven't been there so much. The gunslinger not doing it in C-Hose. They got to get done in the last 4. I think that's where their future lies.
Yeah, I mean, we've been watching them get better in different races over the last couple of years. They got to put it all together in the same day. Don't know if that can happen, but a real fun team to watch race.
They haven't scored a ton in ladders, you guys mentioned, but sneakily they are one of only 6 teams to go 5-4 or better in B ladder. So that puts them in a position to score. They've taken 3rd the last 2 times out. Suffolk County Drill 543, CI. C ladder has been a problem. We've seen them run good C and B hose, just we haven't seen it yet this year. But once you get to those last 3, they're kind of just take off. And they're 5 drills, 3 of them they've scored in the last 3. The other 2 they've scored in 2 of the last 3. They're 9-23 or better in 5 efficiency shots. So they're putting up numbers there. Honestly, they're scoring in pump, but they're not running pump the way they had been or like the state record team that they are, but they are still a threat, and their water out is ridiculous, right up there with Central Islip. And Bucket's second best shot of the season and probably the best pace out there. They just haven't been able to harness it. They got the 21-2, then they go 22-0, 22-3. So they're definitely there at the end of the day if they need the bucket shot.
It's almost like they got to take a deep breath and pump in buckets. Stop trying to run the 540. Stop trying to run a 21 flat. Just run your run a skosh a little bit, set back, and you're going to do just fine. They're amazing if they could hit in B-Hose or C-Hose. I think they got to win 3 races in the drill to win the drill.
I see,
I don't know if
Paul.
that's gonna
You
happen.
got him 75-1 to win,
Yeah.
so you're feeling something there.
It's a shot.
No, I just think they can. They're a team that can win contests.
Biggest thing in pump, they switched drivers halfway through the season. So, Johnny Samper doing the driving right now. I mean, that's that's something to be said for right there. So they're still working on that as well.
Yeah, 10-1 to place and 2-1 to score. Next up is last year's fan favorite in the top 5 in the state drill, South Hempstead Rascals. It's tough to replace the missing pieces they have, but they have done as good a job as anybody to replace the guys they lost. They would really need it to fall back to them if they're going to come in the top 5. They can run all 8 races, and I think they've improved with the crew they have this year.
Oh, yeah.
Even if Kelly's not in the race, they've shown some improvement.
Yeah, TJ stepping up for his brother Ryan at TJ Mon, Tommy's son, Kelly the sister. But I tell you what, he's stepped up since the beginning of the year. It started slow, and they've just gotten better and better. And TJ's really matured. It's good to see him doing a great job. Took on the reins as a climber, and all of a sudden he's up there, he's climbing, he's shooting the target, he's running nozzle. And I tell you what, he matured a lot. Last year, if things didn't go right, you hear him vocally. You could hear him over our microphones. I tell you what, you don't hear a word out of him right now because now he understands just how difficult it is to be the man that stops the clock.
Right.
Not many teams lose their 8 event guy and come back and in many cases can even be competitive. Right, they got 2 places to their second in Nassau County drill, tied for 4th in North Belmore. In a lot of cases, they brought it down. He's climbing. He's running in the 5s. He's running in the 9s in the ladder contest. They've got a 13 flat, albeit in Hempstead, an 8:17. So they're running good, solid hose. And they ran some efficiency better earlier in the year, but I think, it's got that potential to be there. And buckets, they were able to put a couple. They rolled the pieces back together, and you could see the difference in the 20 they ran in the North Belmore invite just last week.
Yeah, for sure. South Hempstead, fun to watch last year. Everybody's darling. Maybe 3 steps forward last year, 1 step back this year, maybe even 2 steps back. But, yeah, working hard to try to get back to that level. They're not quite there, but who knows? Next year they might be. That being said, they're out there plugging away. They're going to get some points. They believe so much in the coaching of Mike and Matt. And Matt, and they're just listening. They're young people listening. They got a little bit of experience mixed in there, and it's going to work out for them.
Yeah, I like the fact that they can run 8 races. I mean, there's only a handful of teams on this track that can run 8 races. And, maybe they're not running them where they're winning and maybe not placing, but you can see they can run them, and they're there and will improve. They're one of those teams, so wish them the best. I got them 750 to 1 to go down the track top 5 and 100 to 1 to score. A little bit more difficult probably than last year, but if anybody can do it, it's them. West Islip, number 37. They're finishing races at the state drill with no letters would be a huge victory.
Yes, that would.
BO's and efficiency, probably their best contest. Not likely to score. 1,000,001 across the board. But they've improved as each tournament's gone on.
I got to tell you something. One thing about West Islip, they've raced in 6 drills this year. I mean, they've been out there, and it's really showing. They're getting better. They're looking more consistent at it, and that's what can you say about it? I mean, you got to work hard, guys, and then they're putting the time, putting the effort in.
Yeah, they've had a different amount of changeover over the last couple of years, whether it's been their own personnel on the truck or the driver, whatever's been going on. But it seemed like every year they continued to crawl and crawl and crawl. And I think now they're walking. And they're making progress. Build on this year, like you said. Don't get any letters. Complete the runs, put out a respectable tournament on Saturday, and build on it. Finish big in Hagerman, build on it.
Absolutely. And a little shout out to Uncle Kev. I hear he's home right now.
Yep.
He'll be watching us Saturday. I hope he's watching right now.
Yeah, get better.
Get well, Uncle Kev.
And our last team on the program is going to be the Patchogue 40 Thieves. They come down to the track combined with Selden. First time, I think, 22 years that they came down the track. They've improved in many contests. You could figure that they maybe can contend in some or be a spoiler in BO's efficiency pump. They would need tremendous help to get into the top 5 at the state drill. They have a chance they can score. I mean, they're showing improvement.
I tell you, they're like a spoiler. You don't know what you're going to get out of them. You watch Morehouse on the hydrant and B-hose. He gets off. He's tall. He's lanky. He takes these giant, Freddie Munster steps. But all of a sudden,
Herman Munster.
Herman Munster.
All of a sudden, the water's flowing.
But all of a sudden, the water's in the hose, and you look at this. You had the stick on him. He's at 251. He's right there. The water's up to the nozzle, man. You look at motor pump. It's not pretty. All of a sudden, it's a 6.3. The bucket team gets better. They've been working hard at that. I don't know. I just got a feeling they're not coming home empty-handed without a trophy. On Saturday.
I think it's going the right direction, but we don't see much of them. They have only run 3 times this year, and if you want to be an improving team, in many cases you got to run more than that. But if I think they're going to score anywhere, it's efficiency or pump, and I think pump is probably their best bet. They got a top 10 shot in a year in pump, so we know the capabilities there.
Yeah, they've had a little bit of success this year, which is great for your to boost your morale and keep everybody into it. However, I think both departments are learning what it means to be combined and the challenges that presents. That being said, we've seen them put some good runs together. I happened to be out at Ridge last week, and I'm telling you, in a bucket run, 22.9.
Yeah,
I told you early in the year 24, and they got there. So a 22.9 the other day. So I doubt that'll be enough, but you don't know what's going to happen Saturday. If they're going to score, I'll say it's going to be buckets.
What numbers you got there, Paul?
I got them no chance to win 1,000,001, but I got them placing 5,000 to 1. They would need help. That's being generous. I got them 1,000 to 1 to score. That's not
that might be a good bet if you can find a place to take it for a point.
If you flip over to the back, I kind of compiled the odds, and you can.
We have one post entry.
Oh no, we don't. Oh, well, Baldwin.
Yes, Baldwin made the trip up.
That's right. Baldwin will be racing.
Baldwin makes it up here. With John Conklin doing the driving here.
Yep.
So they're definitely going to be feel. But I'll give you one shot about them at Hempstead. We remember we saw them. They had 3-0 handle down, and they run a 7-0. They had water through the truck. What'd you have, Bob? 301 through the truck or something?
the
Like that?
truck
motor
through
pump.
water.
Yeah.
It was competitive, 100%.
Yes.
It was through the truck. If they could just bring that down a touch, this is great water here. It's a field shot, but
No, I know. And listen, the kid.
that's their chance to get on
The
get a
kid
trophy.
he can climb too. When he gets on
Yeah,
the
they-
ladder, the one kid can really climb. So
And I'll tell you, Baldwin's been working hard at it, and it's showing a lot this year. I mean, they need a little help there. The truck's starting to run a little bit better, but Katie's doing a good job with the hydrant, and look out for Baldwin and Motor Pump.
so we'll end this. Let's end this show like this. What team do you think not expected to score? And you can look at the list here on the odds, or you can go outside of that. Do you think is going to come through with some points? Like is going to shock people and hold that? Like is it East Farmingdale? Like who's going to be that team that scores that you didn't think was going to score?
I'm going to say North Merrick.
Ah, you took mine.
You can take them also.
I can.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean,
What do we count? I mean, does Oyster Bay count as one of those?
Yeah,
teams?
Oyster Bay. Well,
I think I'll take Patchogue.
yeah,
I'll take
let's go with
Patchogue.
that.
Yeah, I'm down with Patch up. But Copig, I'm definitely going Copig, but it's Copig.
Yeah,
that's not
have
such a
better
long
chance
shot.
to
Yeah,
score.
because what's still they only scored 2 last year, but it was 2 different contests. But
I was going to
I'm
take.
going with Oyster Bay. I'm going to go with the Wet Bandits, throwing us a heavy shot, maybe a low 6, like a 6-0, 6-1, and not only scoring but getting a crooked number.
All right, here's the question I've been asking a few people over the last day or two. We all kind of think the top 3 are West Sayville, CI, and North Lindy. Who's the other 2 that you personally think, you 3, who's going to finish in the top 5 Saturday? Give me the other 2.
I'm going to go Hagerman Miller Place. I think Miller Place has the talent, and they've just been on the edge of showing it all year, and they've been so close, and I think Saturdays they bring it out.
I'm going to go with Hagerman and West Hempstead. And West Hempstead, if it breaks right, they might even be able to slide into that 3rd spot.
Paul?
Ooh, tough one. I think I'm gonna go Miller Place, and I think I'm gonna go with. Did you say Miller Place and Hagerman?
I did.
I don't want to copy. I would say Bayshore's got a great chance.
Oh gosh, didn't even think about your team.
I think
you got to go
Bayshore.
Bayshore. Come on, Paul.
No, I think Bayshore. I think Miller Place, Bayshore, Hagerman are going to be right in that mix for the last. Let's call a tie for one. So I gave you 3 for the last 2.
I'll throw North Belmore, and I'll throw Hagerman in there for the top 5.
Guys, from the truck.
We didn't ask you.
Good. I'm answering anyway. The vegetables.
Ooh, Spencer
Both
Point
of them?
and Point?
Both
yes.
of them?
Yes.
Hey now.
I remember when it was. What year were we in the Holodome?
Holodome.
We got crushed. We
It's in Rochester.
We went there to run really well, and we didn't do well. And I think Spencerport and Point Pleasant scored. And I'll never forget Mike Cummings Finster screaming at us, "You got beat by a bunch of effing vegetables." And that wasn't expected at the time. So that is a lasting memory with me when he said vegetables.
Just to go back, guys, to your earlier question, too, North Merrick would be my dark horse to point in.
5, yeah, top 5.
No,
Yeah.
points.
Just points. Okay.
scoring.
Points,
Yeah.
points. All right, so we're looking forward to a great day. Whatever it is going to be exciting because there's no definitive going to win, and there's no definitive who's going to be the top 5. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. Can a team run away with it? I think there's 2 of them that can, but I don't expect that to happen.
I tell you, 2 ties in a row. I mean, 2 competitive tournaments, and both tournaments came right down to West Hempstead's bucket shot to decide both Hempstead and CI back to back.
It decided-
That was a lot of fun.
And it decided the entire top 5.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. I mean, Bayshore went from being in the lead to ended up in 3rd, could have finished 2nd, all within 2 teams' run. So a lot of fun. It's going to be a great day Saturday.
Well, if we're figuring out that in buckets, this shot makes this happen and this shot makes
Oh,
that
yeah.
happen, then we've probably had a really good draw.
Agreed.
I hope so.
What was the year in Ridge? 15? Where we came down? Or 17? Where it came down.
17
It ended
was
up at the
crazy.
tie, which was the
9
tie.
teams had a chance to win going
Nobody-
buckets.
And no one won it.
Nobody wanted it.
I don't expect-
Bayshore was the last one with
Yeah,
a chance,
I
and they
don't
got
expect-
7 buckets in.
I don't
and
expect that to happen, but I do expect it to be tight, especially for the top 5.
We hope so.
All right, we have the state meeting tomorrow. What time is that?
Noon.
12 o'clock,
And the board's at 10 o'clock, I
10
believe,
o'clock.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
it'll be
10
very exciting.
And we have the state parade coming up 1 o'clock. We're going to be doing a little commentating on that, I believe, as well, right, Len?
Parade, yeah. You and I are going to get to call the parade. Chris is
Yeah.
going to hook us up.
And we're going to see the new parade guru, the Grand Marshal Paul Susskind.
Poobah. The Poobah.
And just a reminder, the Wildcat Survivor Pool is still going on. Get your
need a
entries
headdress.
in
Those big headdress.
before. Get your entries in before
You need
the
a cummerbund.
national anthem. If you want to email them in, you can send them to chrispcoward@gmail.com.
And he'll make sure he gets through it. Borrow Lenny's cummerbund. I think he won a title up here with the cummerbund.
That wasn't here. That was Deerfield. Come on, get my championships right.
All right, people. What do you think?
Yeah, it was fun.
Good stuff.
All right, that's happy hour, and that's going to wrap it up here from the main transit track. We're going to be back here.
This is the first happy hour I haven't been drinking, so we need to get over there and
We're going to take
Got
care
to
of
make
this
up for
shortly.
lost time, bro.
finish happy hour properly.
What are we thinking? 9:30 Saturday morning. We're going to start the pregame
Yeah,
show.
I would say that's probably going to be the time, so tune in.
9:30 sounds good. All right, we will see everyone on Saturday.
All right, New York. We'll see you on Saturday.
It's getting close.